Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I'm glad you're here. Today, we will be discussing a very important and sensitive topic, women abuse. This is the first slide, and it sets the tone for what's to come. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the different aspects of this issue, its impact, and what can be done to address it. Let's get started. Violence against women is a serious global issue that affects every culture and social group around the world. Today, millions of women and girls from all socioeconomic backgrounds experience some form of violence. It's a problem that doesn't discriminate based on culture or religion, and it takes many forms, from domestic abuse to practices like child marriage and female circumcision. One critical point to understand is that violence against women is often underreported. Many women are afraid or ashamed to speak out because of the stigma attached or fear of retaliation. For example, studies show that around 80% of women who have been physically abused by their partners have never reported it to the police. This silence makes it even harder to address the issue effectively. That's why, back in December 1999, the United Nations took a strong stand by declaring November 25th as the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls. It's a reminder that this is a global concern that demands our attention and action, and it ties directly into the overall theme of raising awareness and promoting change to protect women's rights and safety everywhere. When we talk about gender-based violence, it's important to understand that it encompasses any act that causes or is likely to cause physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to women. This includes not only physical attacks, but also threats of such acts, coercion, or even arbitrary deprivation of liberty. What's crucial here is that these acts can happen in both public and private settings, meaning violence can occur anywhere, at any time. The definition provided by the UN General Assembly back in 1993 helps us see that gender-based violence is a serious violation of human rights. Recognizing these key points helps us understand the scope of the problem and why addressing all forms of violence against women is so vital to promoting gender equality and safety. Today, I want to talk about the different types of harassment that can occur in the workplace and beyond. We often hear about issues like domestic, sexual, and physical harassment, but it's important to understand how these can manifest in various ways. Starting with domestic harassment, this refers to abusive behavior within the home or family environment, which can have serious emotional and physical impacts. Moving on to sexual harassment, this involves unwelcome advances or conduct of a sexual nature that creates a hostile work or social environment. It's a serious violation of personal boundaries and dignity. Physical harassment, on the other hand, includes any form of violence or physical abuse, whether at work or elsewhere. It's crucial to recognize that these forms of harassment are interconnected and often stem from broader issues of power imbalance and gender inequality. Eve-teasing is a term commonly used in some regions to describe public acts of teasing or molestation, often targeting women and girls. While it might sometimes be dismissed as harmless teasing, it's a form of harassment that can escalate and cause real harm. Lastly, dowry-related violence is a tragic form of abuse linked to marriage customs, where violence or harassment occurs over dowry demands. This highlights how cultural practices can sometimes perpetuate violence and discrimination. Understanding these different types is essential because they all contribute to a broader issue of harassment and violence that we need to address collectively. It's about creating safer, more respectful environments for everyone. Domestic violence, also known as domestic abuse, battering, or family violence, is a pattern of behavior. It involves one person repeatedly using violence or other forms of abuse against another person within a domestic setting. This could be in a marriage, cohabitation, or any shared living arrangement. It's important to understand that domestic violence isn't just about physical harm. It can take many forms. These include physical abuse, which is what most people often think of, but also verbal, emotional, economic, religious, and sexual abuse. Recognizing these different types helps us see the full scope of what domestic violence can look like. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore how these behaviors affect individuals and families, and what can be done to prevent and address this serious issue. When we talk about sexual violence, it's important to understand that it covers a wide range of non-consensual behaviors. First, forcing someone to have sex after they've been hurt, whether physically or emotionally, is a serious violation. It's about disregarding their feelings and boundaries. Then, there's the act of forcing someone into prostitution, which is not only illegal but deeply harmful. Similarly, pressuring someone to have sexual relations with others without their consent is another form of abuse. It also includes situations where someone is made to participate in any sexual act they're uncomfortable with. No one should be forced into something they don't want to do. And this extends to being made to look, act, or pose for pornography against your will. Obscene gestures, sexual pressure for dates or favors, and gender-based insults or taunting all contribute to a hostile environment that perpetuates harm. Additionally, sexually explicit phone calls or emails are a form of harassment that can be very invasive. Ultimately, sexual violence isn't just about assault. It's about any non-consensual act that violates a person's autonomy and dignity. Recognizing these different forms helps us understand the scope of the issue and underscores the importance of respecting boundaries and consent in all situations. Physical violence is the deliberate use of physical force that has the potential to cause harm. It's important to understand what this includes, such as scratching or biting, pushing or shoving, and throwing objects. It also covers actions like grabbing, choking, shaking, or hair pulling. You might also think of hitting, slapping, or punching as forms of physical violence. Using a weapon like a gun or knife definitely falls into this category too. Additionally, using your own body, size, or strength against someone else, like restraining them forcibly, is also considered physical violence. It's crucial to recognize that physical violence is a serious issue. It can lead to criminal charges, which means legal consequences for those involved. And it's not just about physical acts. Encouraging others to commit any of these acts is also regarded as physical violence. Overall, physical violence is a harmful behavior that can have serious repercussions, and understanding what actions count as violence is key to preventing and addressing it effectively within our community. Let's talk about workplace harassment. Essentially, this is any behavior that belittles or threatens a worker or even a group of workers. It can take many forms, but the key idea is that it creates a hostile or uncomfortable environment. Now, within this broader category, sexual harassment is a specific type. It's a form of sex discrimination that happens at work. The legal definition is quite clear. It involves unwelcome conduct, whether verbal, visual, or physical, that has a sexual nature. For it to qualify as harassment, this behavior must be severe or pervasive enough to impact the work conditions or make the environment hostile. Recognizing this helps us understand why maintaining respectful boundaries in the workplace is so important for everyone's well-being and productivity. Eve-teasing has unfortunately become a common issue in our society today. It's something that many of us witness or hear about regularly. School and college-going girls are often the main victims of this kind of harassment, which makes it a serious concern for us all. When we talk about eve-teasing, we're referring to teasing or bothering women or girls in public spaces. It's a form of street harassment that can be very distressing and harmful. Essentially, eve-teasing involves a boy or a man making unwelcome and inappropriate remarks or gestures towards a girl or woman in public. It's important to understand that this isn't just about teasing. It's a form of sexual harassment that impacts the safety and dignity of women and girls in our society. Recognizing this is a crucial step toward creating a safer environment for everyone. Let's talk about dowry-related violence. This term refers to any act of violence or harassment connected to the giving or receiving of dowry. And it's important to note that this can happen at any time, before the marriage, during, or even after. Dowry-related violence is a serious issue that deeply impacts the lives of women and girls. It often stems from societal pressures and unfair expectations surrounding dowry payments, which can lead to abuse, coercion, or even violence. Recognizing this problem is crucial because it highlights the need for stronger protections and awareness. Addressing dowry-related violence is an essential part of promoting gender equality and ensuring safety for women and girls everywhere. Let's now discuss some crucial measures for enforcing laws against violence towards women. One key aspect is supporting gender sensitization by conducting public awareness programs. These initiatives are vital because they help challenge stereotypes and promote respectful behavior. Encouraging the media to play a constructive role is equally important, as responsible reporting can influence public perception and foster a safer environment. Another significant point is providing easily accessible 24/7 information services. These services ensure that women or anyone facing violence can quickly get the help they need, whether it's reporting an incident or seeking guidance. Additionally, offering legal services free of cost or at affordable rates makes justice more accessible to all women, removing financial barriers that might prevent them from seeking help. Regional women-related policies tailored to local needs are essential for effective intervention and support. Strengthening Mahila Mandals and women organizations across India also plays a critical role. They act as grassroots platforms for empowerment, awareness, and advocacy. Education is another cornerstone. Educating women empowers them to know their rights and stand against abuse. Family support systems are equally important. They create safe spaces for women and reinforce the importance of mutual respect within households. Informing women about helplines and other resources ensures they know where to turn when in trouble. Finally, implementing preventive measures against women abuse is crucial. Prevention involves a combination of legal, social, and community efforts to reduce incidents before they happen. All these strategies, when integrated, form a comprehensive approach to safeguarding women and ensuring their safety across the country. Let's take a closer look at some of the key initiatives designed to empower women in India. First, we have the Swashakti Project, which focuses on supporting women through various training and employment programs. This initiative aims to enhance women's skills and provide them with economic independence. Next is the Swayamsiddha program, which emphasizes self-reliance and self-empowerment for women, encouraging them to take control of their lives and contribute actively to society. Supporting working mothers, we have the Swalamban creches and daycare centers, which provide safe and reliable childcare for children of working and ailing mothers. This not only eases the burden on women, but also helps them continue their careers confidently. There are also hostels for working women, creating safe and affordable living spaces, enabling women to pursue employment opportunities without worry about accommodation. Moving on, the Swadhar scheme is designed to support women in distress, offering rehabilitation and reintegration services to help them rebuild their lives. Additionally, the Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, or RMK, functions as a financial institution providing microcredit and financial support to women entrepreneurs, promoting self-employment and economic growth among women. All these programs are integral parts of broader women welfare initiatives in India, collectively working towards gender equality, economic empowerment, and improved social status for women across the country. These efforts are essential in building a more inclusive and equitable society for everyone. Thank you so much for your attention today. I really appreciate you taking the time to explore these ideas with me. Throughout this presentation, we've covered key concepts that I hope will inspire you to apply what you've learned. Remember, the main takeaway is the importance of understanding these fundamentals and how they connect to achieving your goals. I encourage you to reflect on how you can implement these insights into your own work or projects. Once again, thank you for being such an engaged audience. I look forward to seeing the great things you will accomplish with this knowledge.